Good evening, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome
Melissa.
to
Hello, Sky
Tuesday night
Ricky.
Q&A.
Here we are. I am
Here,
up in the
along with
mountains.
the lovely and gracious E-Train, broadcasting to
Yeah.
you live from remote studios around the globe. So, damn glad to have you. Damn glad to be with you.
Cheers. Thank you. Same. Back at you.
And she's got her big old ass Stanley Cup.
It's
Ellen's
not
on the
Stanley. I
cutting
don't
edge of
do.
fashion and Vogue and whatever.
No.
That's a Stanley Cup.
This is a Hydroflow from TJ Maxx. So no, I don't want to hear your garbage.
Big
This
old
is
ass cup.
my 7.99 Hydroflow, which is probably one of the best cups I've ever used. You can't.
And
You're drinking from the same brand.
trust me, she has some experience at using cups, big ass cups.
You drink from the
So,
same
Melissa,
one.
Sky, how are y'all tonight? Good to see y'all. Sky, Rick, you saw the cutest young man. Ooh. Do we need more details on that? Did you get a photo? Carrying the cutest pug inside a Dollarama store today. Must have been a
Well,
puppy.
the next comment, I think, will take care of your concerns there.
I wanted to talk to him or take a picture, but he ran in and out. What? No video?
Oh,
You didn't run after him?
oh my puppy. Oh my puppy. How's my
See,
grandfather? Hmm?
that's the best way as a guy to pick up a girl.
Have
Have
a
a
puppy.
puppy. Yep. You can get some conversation started with that. Hell,
Hmm.
I even used to borrow friends' puppies.
I have no doubt. You're shameless. Pretty much. How's my? He's good. He's here. I spent the past couple of days just kind of hanging out with him, and you know, just spending some QT, which has been nice. And he has, and Chunk has been driving him up a wall, I think, but I think he's enjoyed it. He has been throwing the ball for Chunk, and Chunk has been incessantly wanting the ball thrown, like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. wanting the ball thrown. And
Yeah, and
Pop's
you
been a
have to
good sport about
understand
it.
here he only gets the ball thrown after the sun goes down for an
After
hour or two.
dinner,
I mean, it'll be 100 times,
yeah,
but we kind of limit it just cause, for sake of our sanity.
yes. And
But the
Pop, yeah, Pop's got an acre, and we don't really have grass where we live. So he just gets to go and roll in the grass and play and do all the things, and he just loves it. So
how's
yeah,
Tilly taking it?
she either sits on his lap or mine. She's not. Don't bug me. I will say there are going to be some interruptions this evening, so I apologize. There's going to be barking and people and talking, and it's the way it is around here.
Not a problem. We appreciate you chiming in.
No worries.
It has it's been an interesting week,
It's
and it's
been
only
it's
Tuesday.
been it has been an interesting, yeah. That I would at least a week and a half too. And Clay and I have been throwing up some shorts on the channel that have been poignant. They have been sort of a synopsis of the world and what's going on, at least in our tiny little world. Green beans barking at the TV. you know, there's lots of, we've got 3 dogs here and a cat and 4 humans. So,
There's a fair amount going on.
didn't. All I had was chips, cake, and ice cream.
All right, I think Ellen has gone mute while she carries on the running conversation with the neighbors, the non-neighbors, the
Next
live-in.
time you come down,
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking you over there. Me and Papa take you over there. I'm gonna take you over there to the restaurant we found. It's an Italian restaurant in Lincoln called Villa Roma.
Mhm.
And party.
I have no idea if she's about to say something or not, but she is with her grandfather. She calls him Pops, and
Your business.
Thank you.
they're all happy. They're good for each other.
I missed a lot of that. What?
Oh, we didn't say a thing.
Okay. Cool.
Ellen was talking about some of the shorts that she's popped up, and it's been it's been kind of interesting.
Because I spend a lot of my day watching congressional hearings, which I know most people sounds really boring, but you can get some of the best stuff out of there. I mean, just like what is going on with our country? It is insane. So I decided to start making some shorts out of the interesting things or the fun things or the weird and crazy things that I'm watching.
And here's one of them, an exchange with our, I don't know if y'all have seen the shorts or not, but here's an exchange with our much loved Treasury Secretary Yellen and Senator Kennedy. See if I can blow this up a little bit.
You full screen it?
Go on now.
I think you're what cool looks like. You're a good sport to go out every day and try to defend Bidenomics. It's like trying to defend a fungal infection. Bidenomics is really just paying more to live worse, isn't it?
So Senator Kennedy, you know, love him or hate him, the guy's got a little bit of wit. Got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Was that it? I thought it was longer.
Nope, that's all on that one.
Oh, the funny thing is that Kennedy decided that he was going to vote for the new $60 billion Ukraine funding bill, which expands over, I think it's I can't talk about that.
Oh, you just started talking about money.
Oh, gotcha. $1 billion a month for the next, I think it's the next 5 years, obviously. And the problem is that if we change the president in 2024, this year, for 2025, he is beholden to that. And if he or she, I assume it's going to be Trump, decides that he doesn't want to keep paying it, then they can impeach him. There is an impeachable clause in that deal. So I'm kind of pissed off at Kennedy right now. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear Clay? I can't hear him. Clay, I cannot hear you. I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear
No,
you.
no, I hear you, but I'm on.
Can anyone else hear you, or just she
Oh,
can't
that's
hear
how
Clay?
Ricky says she can't hear me.
Yeah.
Check this.
cutie. I don't know what he looks like, but he sounds like a cutie.
Still nothing. I'll show you.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome. What's wrong with the microphone? I'm just gonna sit here and wait till Clay gets his mic working. You might have to just use your AirPods. Here we go. Still can't hear you.
He is a cutie. Yeah, definitely.
I guess is he gone? Have we lost him? Stop it. What's going on? Well, I can present the next. I'm going to remove his presentation here and go to where we were. I just got to find it. Okay, we did that one. This, wait. Are you back? Nope, can't hear you. Just use your AirPods. Can't hear you. Hang on. That's not helping. Hang on. No, Clay, I was going to do it. Hang on.
Bother you.
No, not at all. Nope, that's not the one. All right, now my window is shut down. Hang on. Goodness, what is the issue? Hello? Still can't hear you. I need you to remove your sharing thing, your presentation.
Just one.
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready?
All right, let's try to start this
The
over
median worker in the United States,
if I can.
if you compare today with 2019, can buy the same basket of goods with $1,400 left over.
No, you can't.
Shoot.
What
Sorry.
is true is that the median worker in the United States, if you compare today with 2019, can buy the same basket of goods with $1,400 left over to save or spend. So Americans, on average, are better off in spite of the fact that the level of prices is higher.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Good try,
And
madam.
Senator Menendez.
What is true is that the median worker in the United States.
Do you
if
guys agree with
compare
that? Do you think that you can buy the exact same amount of goods in 2019 as you can today and still have $1,400 left over? Because I'm thinking not so much. At least we can't. I don't know if you guys can. But it's been it's been a mess. the economy, the inflation. I mean, most things are up at least 17%, and most wages are up about 3%. And in my opinion, that doesn't work. I don't know about you guys. That's just absolutely, yeah. I feel you, Melissa. I'd love $1,400 in the first place. That would be nice. But American families just, it's not the same. Inflation is crazy. Anyhow, now let me see. What was another one?
No, you
Treasury
We did that
and she
one.
turns out to
Treasury Secretary, you championed requirements that any deposit flows into Americans' bank accounts totaling as little as $600 are to be reported to the IRS. Increasingly, we are hearing the federal government is suggesting banks search private financial transactions using highly partisan political terms, or check to see if customers made purchases that could be associated with legal sales of like firearms or even religious texts. My question is this: has Treasury, including FinCEN or federal banking agencies, instructed financial institutions to search Americans' legal transactions in attempts to surveil their purchases?
Well, FinCEN's job is to work with financial institutions to make sure.
Are they
that
instructing, ma'am, financial institutions to search Americans' legal transactions in attempts to surveil their purchases?
I promise a thorough look into everything.
Well, this is
that's
really
occurred.
concerning. And Treasury Secretary, you championed
Now, I
requirements
tell
that
you,
any
there are cuts,
deposit flows
shoot,
into Americans.
cuts in that. There are only some edit cuts in there because it was so long I couldn't reduce it down to a minute. Clay, are you with us? Nope. Change your mic on your settings to your AirPods. And try that. And Bluetooth connect them and all those things. So it seems the government is actually, I think most of us already know this, has been spying on our purchases, mainly firearms and Bibles. That's huge. And also every deposit that we make that is $600 or over. Okay, well, let's say, for instance, someone loans you $600. Are they just going to come after every freaking loan you have and mark everything? Moffat? There's got to be a way to get volume on your mic. Your restart? Okay. So beyond that, we had a fun little thing. I found Ron White was interviewing, or was being interviewed by Roseanne Barr. Oh, this was fitting right after the shootings in the church in Texas. I'm sure Clay will have lots of
you can't come into
comments
Texas and start
about
shooting
this stuff.
people. We'll shoot you back. That's our policy.
Yeah.
We'll just everybody in Texas. That's why they're rarely a club shooting or a bank robbery with guns, because everybody has guns here. You know, you can't come into Texas and start shooting people. We'll
Pretty
shoot
sure
you back.
you
That's
can,
our policy.
because that's kind of what just happened and what has happened in the past with Uvalde and other places. Were you trying to call me? Okay, he called me, sorry.
Hey, it just hit me. If I restart, I'm going to lose the broadcast.
Can you guys hear Clay now? Speak.
War Eagle.
Can y'all hear Clay now?
Can y'all hear me now?
Anyone? Melissa? Sky Ricky? Yes. Well, we can do it like this. It's going to be a little weird, awkward.
I did not know. I got a message shortly after my mic quit working that I have to I'm getting feedback in my ears. Sorry, so I hear my voice twice. That I have to update the firmware of my microphone. So I thought, okay, that's probably it. So I updated it, went through, everything seemed fine. So I hope that might fix it, but I probably need to restart the computer. Problem with that is that'll cut off the broadcast because I'm running the broadcast.
Let me change my settings so they can hear you better. You can take out your earpods now.
Do what now?
You can take out your earpods now. And y'all let me know if that's better after Clay speaks again. Can you speak again into the phone?
I can give it a shot. Yes.
Is the volume better on him now? I turned off the background noise.
See if that helps any.
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all let me know while he coughs.
I am sorry. I didn't, do not know what else to do here. Everything shows it's working okay. Sound's being picked up on mine. The microphone is being used for input.
You have an echo.
Yeah, I do.
Can you turn your volume? What is that? The volume down on your computer?
Is that better?
I think so, yeah. So do you have any thoughts on the shorts? Probably not. Just on your microphone at this point.
Yeah, but to me, I mean, I love Kennedy's little sense of humor. Still dicking around with the microphone. I love Kennedy's little sense of humor when he's kidding with yelling. I was more entertained by yelling, just almost panicking, almost, see the confusion and the panic in her eyes. She doesn't know how to answer the question. Are y'all spying on Americans? Are you, forcing banks to turn over information or reveal information on private transactions that can be used for political purposes? That to me was kind of epic.
Yeah, I mean, she couldn't answer it. And that was with Warren.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to adjust my microphone to help pick up the sound of the phone. If you're just tuning in, we're having some mic issues on Clay's end. So I apologize. This is kind of a weird way to handle this, but
Yeah, I usually will restart my computer before the broadcast just to clean everything up because, we've obviously had on occasion some technical issues. Now, like I was just telling Ellen, the microphone was working, everything was fine. All of a sudden, my microphone cuts off, and I get a notice I've got a firmware update on the mic. So I update it, and I hope that'll, restore it. But it doesn't, so I'm sitting here thinking I need to restart my computer, but I can't restart the computer because it'll shut down the broadcast. So we're probably stuck at this position for
even
now.
if I'm still on here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because I'm the one that started it up.
gotcha.
I'm the one that handles the in-stream affiliate.
Gotcha. We're professionals, guys. We do all the things.
Yeah, we are pros. Wow. In terms of the most controversial, got to give that to Ron White. His little, and Ron White's a comedian, and I like Ron White. I think he's a great comedian. I've even had students before his hair turned all snow-ass white compare me to him, both in what the manner in which I speak in class and because I talk about scotch and cigars a lot.
No, I think it's
bring them into class.
I think it's your big smile. It has nothing to do.
It has nothing to do with with scotch and cigars.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah, nothing at all. But our deliveries are kind of similar when I'm in class, or so I've been told. But his, looking at the response to that short video, it's kind of epic.
Okay, Melissa's saying we can start a new stream if that's easier. Do y'all want to take a 5-minute break and restart?
Well, we have to put up a new link on the site. You'll have to create a whole new link.
It'll
I
take.
can't pick up this same stream.
You could. That's fine.
Well, are you going to create a whole new link?
It won't take but a second. Okay, Brentwood, we're starting a whole new stream because Clay has mic issues. He's got to restart his computer, which will kick everyone off of StreamYard. So if y'all will just hang with us for a minute and restart and switch over to the new one, I will create it while Clay restarts his computer and gets his mic working, and then we'll be probably a lot better off. What do you think, Clay?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and, shut this down. Y'all may stay on. I'm pretty sure you won't, but you may stay on. If so, I'll be back, join the broadcast. But if everything shuts down, then recreate a new link, and we'll start up in another couple minutes.
All right, I'm going to keep you on here while you're doing this, and I'll let you know if we lose it or if we don't.
All right. If I don't see y'all again,
Rapture's coming. What? No, we'll do a new stream. Hey guys, what's everybody doing? So we went through some of the shorts. If we do get cut off, y'all can go and watch our shorts. They're pretty cool.
is it still running?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm shutting down.
Okay, good. You can keep talking. Hi, Brentwood.
Hello, Brentwood. How's everything in lovely Tennessee?
She's dealing with work tech issues herself. Let me tell you, Clay got an update to his mic. Apparently, it wouldn't work at all. So he's restarting his computer. Yeah, but we're still here. Boo. You had snow. I'm so jealous. I'm actually pretty close to you right now, Brentwood. I'm in the mountains, North Carolina. I would love to have snow. But no snow.
Yeah, I like a pretty snow. I mean, I've been in Chicago and Salt Lake City when it snows. It's pretty for the first hour, but then all the dirt starts getting stirred up and mixed in it, turns gray and yucky and icy.
Oh, I was in D.C. during the blizzard of 96. That was fun.
Yeah.
There was like 3 feet to 4 feet of snow. I can't even remember, but it was insane.
I love some snow up in the mountains, not in the cities.
No. Brentwood said it was gone by 9 a.m., so that is the best kind. And all of you send some love to Skywalker, Melissa's Bun Bun. We want all good health there. And so, Brentwood, just to catch you up, basically Yellen is lying.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you on the phone.
All right, looks like my mic is working.
Sweet.
I'm about to rejoin you.
Join me.
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, prayers for the Bun Bun. Prayers for Skywalker. Thank goodness I'm going to put myself...
Now I can't hear you.
What? Do you have your...
Let's try these, see if this works.
Y'all, you know...
Speak to me.
Hey. Are you connected to your phone and not... Can y'all hear either one of us
That I
at this
love some
point?
good technology.
Can y'all hear us?
All right.
Anyone?
AirPods are connected. Now I got you, I think.
You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
I don't know why it wouldn't work on regular, but whatever. We'll figure
back.
out the details later.
Thank you, Brentwood. So I wanted to get your take on... Let's just start over. Play the darn things again. so we could get your take, because mine's just a purely political, and yours is more financial.
Well, some of them really aren't greatly financial.
Spying on people for money, that's financial.
Right.
Pretty much anything to do with yelling is financial. Yay! Thank you guys.
All right, let me pop this up. Dun, dun, dun. Do the whole screen, share, sound on. All right. Let's see. Love Kennedy.
I think you're what cool looks like. You're a good sport to go out every day and try to defend Bidenomics. It's like trying to defend a fungal infection. Bidenomics is really just paying more to live worse, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah, you know, like I said originally, Kennedy has great wit. Just an old country boy, but he's got some good zingers, some good one-liners. He can shuck things down to the cob like nobody's business.
That is
So
true.
it's kind of funny, but I'll admit, I think it's terribly cute when he starts off complimenting Yellen. You know, you are the epitome of cool. It just makes her light up. And it's just cute. She's got this little, you know, round face or whatever thing going. It's just cute.
But
And
she's
that,
the
you know,
devil.
Well, you know, in this, I'll give her props.
And Bidenomics, Clay, how's that working out?
You know, if you're poor or middle class, you're getting screwed. If you're upper class, you're probably doing okay. So it's really kind of a matter of perspective. If you're in the government, you're probably doing okay. But particularly for those who don't have an abundance of income, a lot of them are really hurting. I see, you know, bankrupts, and I might have mentioned this last Saturday, bankrupts have been increasing for 18 months on a year-over-year basis. So for each month, during those 18 months, each month, it's higher than it was a year previously. Now, there's some vibration. Some, you know, September may be lower than August, but September is higher than September a year ago.
Yeah.
So bankruptcies are a very strong trend increasing, corporate bankruptcies. We've obviously got the zombie firms.
Explain that again, what a zombie firm is.
Zombie firm is a firm that has so much debt that out of its operating income, it can barely manage to make its interest payments. And as they refinance this debt, they're having to refinance it at much higher rates. And, you know, as they refinance it, they can't afford the higher interest payments. So that's one big contributor to the increasing in corporate bankruptcies. Commercial real estate is in the tank. Every week I read about a new skyscraper that's having to be auctioned off for a third of its purchase price. And these are skyscrapers owned by BlackRock and some huge investment firms. Every major Chinese real estate firm has gone bankrupt. And a lot of that's with their international holdings, not just their domestic Chinese holdings. Their domestic Chinese holdings have literally blown up.
Now, hey, real quick, when I was watching the Janet Yellen, the first two shorts that you're going to play, she was saying that income or pay has increased beyond inflation. She was firm on that.
It's all a matter of context and period. and what you consider to be, inflation.
Oh, she means like the past 3 years.
Let's see.
Because yes, I am boring. I do watch Senate hearings and Congress hearings.
Can you see that okay? Yeah.
I can't read the numbers.
Well, here, this is the average, this is the median household income.
In
Here's
2019.
2019.
Okay.
Here's 2020. Here's 2021. Here's 2022. And 2023 will be down to about here once it's released. Now,
So you're saying
I
she's
don't
wrong?
know using, I don't know what exactly you're referring to. She's saying, I mean, she's not an idiot. She used to be chair of the Federal Reserve.
I understand.
I don't
But
agree
she said,
with her philosophy. I don't agree with her theory. But she would be very precise in what she said. So she's probably referring to something very, very specific. I'll just have to hear it to see.
I gotta make a short out of that too now. But I wish I could
But-
see the income, the medium household income layered with inflation.
I can do that. It'll take me a little while, but
We can do that Saturday.
yeah, I'll do that. Let me write a note.
Yes, we're writing notes now. Clay has told me he needs to write things down because he forgets the dates that we promised to do stuff and what we're doing. So we're working on it. And she said that unemployment is way down.
Bullshit. Sorry.
I have just a thought, an idea that maybe the numbers they're taking aren't the actual numbers. Because you can't do unemployment from just
This doesn't really
from just who collects unemployment, because most of them just give up
okay.
and quit working. They're no longer in the workforce.
Yeah, this is pre-COVID, 7%. And as you can tell, this went down to 6.5 after the lockdowns ended. People went back to work, that kind of thing. And it's gone from the 6.5 to 7.2, which is higher than pre-COVID. Also understand this is U6, which includes people that are marginally attached to the labor force. These are people still looking for a job and actively looking for a job. Now, what about the people that haven't been able to find a job in a month, in a year, whatever,
And quit
and
looking.
they kind of quit looking? They have been thrown out of this calculation. They no longer count as unemployed. So the idea, the notion is that if people get laid off, and if everybody gets laid off and nobody can find a job, the unemployment rate, the way we calculate it,
It'd be zero.
will be zero.
Yeah.
Instead of 100%. It's my opinion, stupid way to calculate unemployment.
I think it
If
is
we were,
a calculated and manipulative way.
hold on. If we were still calculating unemployment the way we did in the 1980s, if you want to compare apples to apples, calculate it the same way. Our unemployment rate would probably be closer to 12 or 13%.
So you're saying if you took all of working age Americans who are able to work correct?
Correct.
And then took the people who are working and the percentages, you divide the little bit by the whole, it would be a lot different.
Actually,
Participation rate.
let me do this. Here is the labor force participation rate. And you'll notice it's hanging around 60% up until the 70s. Well, what happened in the 70s, mid 70s, late 70s?
What range is this?
This is from
Like-
1950
Okay.
through November 23, December 23.
Okay.
So in the mid late 70s, early 80s, women started going to
feminist
work
movement.
more.
Mhm.
Right. And so what you see here really is women leaving the household and going to work. And that peaked with a labor force participation rate of 67%. And this is in 98, 99, maybe 2000, 2001. So you had 9/11. That's the little gray bar here, a little recession that followed 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell it drops a little bit. And it continues dropping through the subprime crisis. And then after, it during the years of Obama, it continued dropping, bottomed in 2016.
There was another
End of-
recession that wasn't there. 2015. There was something.
No,
No. Okay.
no
wrong.
recession.
But there was an
All right.
issue.
And then it flattens out and starts going back up a little bit in 2019. If you remember, end of 2018, 2019, the economy really started going well. Then the Federal Reserve started rapidly hiking rates again. Hiking rates is done to slow down the growth in the economy. Makes money, capital more expensive.
People have
And
to
we're
work
seeing
more.
some of that effects today. So it flattened off for a couple of quarters, and then you had the COVID, all the lockdowns, the stoppages, all that. So you see this drop peak. Well, that labor force participation rate after the lockdowns were ended got to about 62.8. Well, before COVID, they were at 63.3. And it started dropping again. So this is probably a more accurate barometer of the number of people employed in the society, in the country. Since the subprime crisis at 65.9, now to 62, we have
It
3%.
seems like a lot bigger curve on this graph. I can't see the numbers on the left side.
Oh, that's fine. We have 3% fewer working. Well, the adult population in the country, just for easy math, let's say is 200 million. So 3% of that is 6 million fewer workers. If you take that 6%, throw them out of the labor force, you don't use them to calculate the unemployment rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get a much lower unemployment rate, when in reality, we have a lower percentage of eligible people working. So you would think the unemployment rate would be higher than it was here. Does that make sense?
Yes, to me.
Yeah, because
does
as a
it make sense to
percentage of the eligible workers, you had more people working, 3% of the economy working here than you do now.
Yep.
So that U6, just on this ballparkish simple math, should be, 10%.
What do you mean by U6?
U6 is there are 6 different measures of unemployment. The most common one is U3. The most accurate one is probably U6. There are different categories of workers. There are those that are marginally attached. There's short-term discouraged. There's long-term discouraged. So U3, 5, and 6 adjust for these different groups of status of eligible laborers.
Okay. Fair enough.
So U6 is the broadest number.
With
Which
more
includes-
factors.
Yes, which includes more of those. Still does not count the long-term discouraged workers.
Gotcha.
And that was the interesting thing under Trump, under Obama, Bush, long-term discouraged workers increase. Under Biden, long-term discouraged workers increasing. Under Trump, they actually decreased. So people came out of this no
They're
count
hiding.
category and entered into the labor force. And even
Right.
with that entry of new workers, a bigger labor force, the participation rate still increased. So that's just kind of a little bit further testimony to the strength of the economy at that point in time. We have not regained anything near that. So, when people ask me, how things are going in this economy, I look at these kind of numbers. I look at the drop in household income. I look at the drop in median earnings. I look at the drop in hourly rates. I look at the increase in food costs. The BA says it's 14%. And I'm sitting there and I use the Happy Meal as an example, because what's in a Happy Meal? Well, you got bread, you got lettuce, you got tomato, you got
No,
mayonnaise.
not even that. Not even
Not
that.
a Happy Meal, a Big Mac meal.
Okay.
Sorry. You got onions, so you got all sorts of vegetables, potatoes, you got bread, you got a pseudo meat, whatever the hell's in their meat. You got sugar in the Coke, you got carbonated water, a few other things, paper and plastic. So it's that one meal is kind of a cross section of American dietary habits.
Which is entirely crap.
True, but nonetheless, it's, when I say it's kind of representative, yeah, I think it's, somewhat there. So they've got all
Yeah.
these ingredients that people eat fairly routinely. And since 2019, has the price of a Big Mac meal only gone up 20%?
No.
It's more than doubled. People go get a meal at McDonald's now, it's $10. It used to be, $4.50.
What is it? We went to Wendy's and got like 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 drinks. And it was over $20. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy cannolis.
Yeah, and you
That-
see all sorts of videos on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, with people, people going to Starbucks and getting a coffee for $10.
Mm-mm.
That's not 14% food inflation.
No.
And even most of y'all, I think if you consider what you spent on groceries 2 years ago versus what you do now, I think most everybody would say, yeah, 14% is insanely low.
Well, that's why have we played that one yet? Again, I can't remember. The next.
Which one?
Do you agree?
Well, let's play it.
Okay.
What is true is that the median worker in the United States, if you compare today with 2019, can buy the same basket of goods with $1,400 left over to save or spend. So Americans, on average, are better off in spite of the fact that the level of prices is higher.
Thank you, Senator.
Notice what she said. She said,
The
yes,
level.
prices are higher, but you can go out and buy that same basket of goods and have $1,400 left over. He
So you're
doesn't
in a
say
better position.
She doesn't say how much you would have left over in 2019. You would have $5,000 left over in 2019.
Well, I'm just saying, like, even if you had like $1,400 left over, right now people are struggling to even make that.
Yeah, you look at credit card usage and credit card debt. It's reached an all-time high of, I just saw it the other day, it was at 1.4 trillion. You look at people accessing their retirement plans, they're borrowing money from their retirement plans to try
With
to
a
make ends
penalty.
meet.
With a huge
If
penalty.
they don't pay it back, there's a big
Well.
penalty. This is at an all-time high. You know, that the idea or notion is that some people have just given up. They think
Yeah.
they're going to go bankrupt anyway. So they're like, I'm going to borrow as much as I can. I'm going to rack up my credit cards. I'm going to borrow against my house as much as I can and just, live as long as I can and then, turn everything in. That's not a healthy economy, even though consumer spending hasn't decreased that much. You got to look at where households are getting that money from. They're not getting it from pay increases. They're
No.
getting it from their credit cards and retirement plans. That's not a good economy.
Or choosing between heating their home and eating.
Yeah.
And
People talk
Melissa had a
about,
comment.
I'm lucky to have $14 left over. Yeah, it's really sad and it's painful, for me to see this.
Next
I
comment.
had to use 4 bank accounts, credit cards to cover today's vet bills and still need to order meds.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah. I empathize with you. I really do, Melissa. I hate that.
And there are so many people right now. Mine too. Oh, I know it's.
Yeah, like I say, if you're in the lower income classes or middle income classes,
Even
you're getting
mid to
screwed.
upper. Even mid to upper screwed.
Yeah, you're
Everything
getting screwed.
is more expensive.
And it's almost contemptible to me the way some people continually try to present this as a good economy or everything's all right. It reminds me of what was the movie with John Belushi, Animal House. You've got Kevin Bacon. I'd throw up the video, but I've already got one strike. You've got Kevin Bacon at the end of that movie in the middle of the street as chaos is breaking out. He's in the middle of the street yelling, "All is well, all is well," as he gets run over by the crowd.
That's what our government's doing. They're saying it's all good. Melissa is working 6 different gigs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's.
You can't sustain that for an extended period of time. It just wears you out.
You won't have the energy to do anything.
You won't have
And
time.
you will stress yourself out, and it's no, but it is not what we are being sold is not reality. It is anything but reality.
And I can't tell you that there's a quick fix. There's not. And there's a very real chance that it's going to get worse because, for example, right now the government is spending a ton of money. That's why the national debt is rising so fast.
Guess what? We're spending. Go ahead. Sorry.
We spent or borrowed $4 trillion over the last year and a half, 2 years to get the economy to grow 1 trillion, $1.5 trillion. That is not sustainable. That is, it's just like you spending more than what you make, far more than what you make. That's not sustainable. You can do it for a little while, but sooner or later, that house of cards is going to come crashing down. It's going to come crashing down hard. It's going to be ugly. You know, there's a lot of people receiving some form of government aid or sustenance. What happens when the government tells them it's cut in half or it's not available anymore?
Moffat, the whole issue I have with all this is that we've been sending $1 billion every single month to Ukraine since the war started. We are funding pensions outside of our country and taking money from people who have worked hard for their retirement, their Social Security, right? We're also giving just billions of dollars to illegal aliens. What about
the average U.S.
America?
citizen, the average U.S. citizen, the average worker works the months of January, February, March, and most of April just to pay your taxes. That's before you buy food. That's before you pay for your housing or your kids or your vet bills or anything. So how much higher should your taxes be in order to fund Ukraine, in order to fund illegals, in order to fund the extravagance that's going on in the government?
Pay raises in the government in order to fund pork by giving Teslas to low income neighborhoods and then setting up charging. This should infuriate you. If it doesn't, I got nothing, because it infuriates me.
And then you read where Nancy Pelosi's portfolio did 40% last year.
Yep.
You know,
Gee, I wonder how.
You know, Mitch McConnell's wasn't far off. You've got all of these senators, all of these congressmen who are becoming millionaires by driving the poor and the middle class into the ground. It's not just the administration. Congress has a healthy hand in it.
Oh yeah.
To me, just the whole damn system is broke.
We need to do like a reset. Can we do? Sorry.
And you're paying for it. You're suffering for it. You're unable to provide things for your family while these people gloat and continue to get richer and richer. And you've got people like
you can't afford
and you've got
healthcare.
people
You can't afford
Zuckerberg, who's building a $200 million Hawaiian estate.
Wasn't that nice?
Part of that is a $20 million, 5,000 square foot bunker. Now, Bill Gates is building a bunker. Zuckerberg is building a bunker.
With blast-proof doors.
Yeah, you go through all of these, you know, latest acquisitions by the elites. You see more and more of them building bunkers, impenetrable bunkers. Why? Why is this becoming such a fad thing? I'm curious.
I could think of two reasons. Either they're scared the Americans are going to lose their absolute freaking minds and go after them, or there's something bigger that we probably can't even imagine.
I mean, you know, they've got the money, but, you know, the previous 50 years, no billionaire has spent more on a bunker, a long-term bunker, than what they build on their houses, what they spend on their houses. It's just really unusual. I follow trends, and you start seeing some of these things consistently pop up, and it starts ringing a bell, and it's like, what's going on? You know, excess deaths are way high in Europe in UK, in Australia, in the US. They're still high. Why? Why are more and more people dying of cancer? Why are more and more people experiencing severe cardiac deaths? Why are there more and more miscarriages? There's something going on, and we don't have all the facts, all the information.
Look
And
at
the
you being
news
all.
media, the news
Can I
media
say-
is silent. Do what?
Can I say something?
Well, yeah. Just don't interrupt me mid-sentence.
Well, I've been trying to get in for
You
a
know.
little while.
Just
I-
say, Clay, I'll shut up. Until then, I don't see any sense to have dead sound when I'm in a rant.
That wasn't quite a rant. I've seen you rant harder. But I think it's disgraceful that so many Americans cannot afford health care. They can't pay for their prescription drugs. They have to choose between heat or food. They have to choose. They can't work because they have kids and they can't afford daycare. There are so many issues going on in America. And honestly, I don't care what's going on in any other country besides ours right now. And I'm tired of people coming in here, or I'm just furious about the immigration, the crime, beating up cops. I mean, what are they turning America into? This is ridiculous. And they don't even get bail. I mean, they just get let free. Just bye, Felicia. Have fun. And it's ridiculous to me. And these people that are just constantly lying. I mean, it's amusing to me to watch all these congressional hearings because I'm like, are you insane? Seriously, are you insane? I mean, mind blown. Continue on. He wants me to hush.
No. I just forgot what I was saying. But here's the next one.
Treasury Secretary, you championed requirements that any deposit flows into Americans' bank accounts totaling as little as $600 are to be reported to the IRS. Increasingly, we are hearing the federal government is suggesting banks search private financial transactions using highly partisan political terms, or check to see if customers made purchases that could be associated with legal sales of like firearms or even religious texts. My question is this: has Treasury, including FinCEN or federal banking agencies, instructed financial institutions to search Americans' legal transactions in attempts to surveil their purchases?
Well, FinCEN's job is to work with financial institutions to make sure.
Are they
that
instructing,
they-
ma'am, financial institutions to search Americans' legal transactions in attempts to surveil their purchases?
I promise a thorough look into everything.
Well, this is
that's
really
occurred.
concerning. And Treasury Secretary, you championed.
Yeah, that's
requirements-
just. And now we're going to spy on our American citizens and their finances.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy her angst. You know, her burrow narrows and focuses, and she's like, is she really bringing this up? She's, you know, her eyes dart down to, you know, change her view, her perspective. She, you know, rustles some papers. She knows she doesn't have anything. She's not looking through them all.
Oh,
She
Clay,
has no response.
during a lot of that, she was flipping through her notebook trying to find like where the answer just, what, huh? It was crazy.
Yeah, she just she's desperate to avoid answering that question. And to me, that says more than any answer she could have possibly come up with otherwise.
True.
You know, even if she said, you know, yes, we were concerned about, you know, criminal elements, we were concerned about insurrection, whatever. Give some answer, but trying to avoid it so desperately. I will study it and get back to you. I will, you know, find out everything and get back to you. People only do that when they know they have screwed up majorly and they don't want to admit it.
Well, Clay, I've heard this is like the third or fourth congressional hearing in the past week where I have heard them say they're going after people who are buying the Bible or the Torah and firearms.
Yeah. Which,
So Christians, sorry. Jews, sorry. They're coming after you.
yeah, but you see one of the top ranking officials in government trying to avoid a question, a direct
yeah.
question, a simple question. Are you going after Americans' personal data to use for whatever purposes? Obviously, it's not for their welfare or well-being or to promote their individual choices, life, whatever. It's for some reason, some purpose that Yellen doesn't want to discuss. That, to me, is alarming. I don't know what it is. I can guess. I throw out some guesses, but what I do know, that I don't know. What I do know is she doesn't want to answer the question.
No,
So
she
I'm
doesn't.
like, what else do you need to know? That's about as telling as anything she could say.
I mean, if you can't, this is another thing, just transparency, honesty. Americans can handle the truth.
I mean, look at her expression here. What's that expression?
She's gone from
being, that's gone from being the cute old grandmama to being like, I'm going to F you up.
Yeah.
Just a big change in personality. So
I agree.
that one is by far to me the most bothersome.
But we knew this. I mean, we all
You can't come
knew.
into Texas and start shooting.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Then we
start
got,
over.
I didn't recognize this guy, but this is Ron White, the comedian. Now his hair's changed a little bit. His hair's changed a lot.
He's had his teeth done.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I believe he's also lost some weight, but he just looks very different to me. But once I hear the voice, I'm like, that's Ron White. So here he is.
Start shooting people. We'll shoot you back. That's our policy.
Yeah.
We'll just, everybody in Texas. That's why they're rarely a club shooting or a bank robbery with guns, because everybody has guns here. You can't come into Texas and start shooting people. We'll shoot you back. That's our policy.
Now, this one is kind of funny to me. Now, Ron White is obviously a comedian. Whatever he says, you got to take with a little grain of salt. He's going to be a little flippant about it. It's just Ron White.
Let me set that up for you. Roseanne Barr was asking Ron White if he was afraid that people are going to come across the border and just start killing people, shooting people. And his response was, no, it's Texas. You don't do that in Texas. Oh, Melissa, you're not allowed to not know who that is.
He's really a top-notch comedian.
He was the one with Jeff and the guy that was, yes, and the other guy that never wore sleeves.
Oh, I don't know. But what you need to do, Melissa, is Google Ron White. And there's YouTube videos of him and doing some of his stand-up routines. The guy's, watch 2 or 3 and get a good sense of him.
Just Ron White comedy. Don't look at his interviews. That's, not.
Yeah. He'll have a
Larry
glass
the Cable
of
Guy.
scotch.
Thank you.
He'll have a glass of scotch in his hand and a cigar. So watch him, but he's a hoot. But this one has just dominated the others in terms of views and comments. And the comments are, he's either the greatest American ever, or he's a lying, dirty, gutter washing slave of Satan. This one is definitely the most controversial of the videos.
It is, and I don't know. Roseanne Barr went from being like far left, like the furthest left you could possibly be, to we'll just say right of center. And she's a little conspiratorial, which is fine. Some of her stuff is actually correct, but it's funny. And I was just kind of watching some of her. She just started this podcast, I think about 7 months ago, and so I was just like, let me see, what's going on with that podcast and what I can find out, about what people are thinking. And I was just shocked when I heard him say that. And I was like, oh, I got to make a short. This is just, especially with the shooting going on. Bill Engvall. There you go. Here's your sign. That's right. You know them all, Brentwood. See, you just ask chat. They know everything. They're the cable guy, Bill Engvall. Would they have like a group name? I can't remember what it was, though. It was, Brentwood will know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's out of my league.
Blue Collar Comedy. I knew it. Blue Collar Comedy Tour. I knew it. Brentwood. Awesome. Thank you. I didn't see the blue collar part. I'm sorry. Yeah, but Bill Engvall, here's your sign. And then Jeff Foxworthy was always you might be a redneck if.
I was thinking of Louis Grizzard. Was a funny guy. He was a columnist for the Atlanta Constitution. He and Foxworthy for some reason look a lot alike, and I get the two of them confused. But so those are the shorts, and I showed some of the comments on this one. Some of them are just rich. Plenty of shootings in Texas.
Yeah, especially at Joel Osteen. I can't say his name. But his it was a transitioning, and I'm not sure male to female or female to male.
It was male to female.
Okay, because I heard female to male too, because the news is always so accurate. And brought her son, his or her son, with them, and he's in the hospital. Ron White, aka Tater Salad. Yes, Tater Salad. Man, it's been a long time since I've watched any of that stuff. I actually have Ron White on my Apple Music playlist because he's very funny.
Yeah, he's got some great routines. Melissa, if you have a chance, have some time, dig some of them up. And I like watching him better than listening to him. But after you watch him a few times, if you listen to him, I mean, you see his expressions and you just know how he acts. You just see him. It's like hearing Morgan Freeman's voice. Or if you see a meme with Morgan Freeman in it and you read it in Morgan Freeman's voice. So kind of the same thing with Ron White. Very distinctive guy.
Okay, now Brentwood, do you not think that Clay resembles on some level, especially his big old smile, to Ron White back in the day? Smile, Clay. He's not going to do
it. I used to have longer flowing hair. It used to be a little thinner. I used to have long flowing hair, much like what Ron White used to wear. And so the resemblance was a little bit better during then. And I was a little thinner. Working on getting.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I think, Brentwood, he does.
Where is
he's going to kill me later?
You always say that, and if I was going to kill you, it would have happened already.
Why do you think I'm in Lincolnton right now?
Take care of your grandfather.
Yeah, that too.
Well, yeah.
What you got? See, is that not Ron White, Brentwood? Hello. That's the
So
perfect picture.
there you go. And my tone, delivery, whatever is not in class is not altogether too different than Ron White.
Well,
So,
you might want to bring a little bit of that to the YouTube channel.
I can't stand up. I can't move. I can't talk to people. I can't see y'all. I can't feed off your expressions. I can't throw shit at y'all.
If I
So,
wasn't
I've
here,
got-
he would not do this. He's got
Yeah.
some behind him right now, Brentwood. He's got a few bottles and a couple glasses and a cigar, right? And that would be Ron White.
Yep. So he has a better and quicker wit than I do. Another
I
guy
don't agree with that.
Another guy that's really good is Matt Rife.
Rife.
Man, I was watching. He's got a couple of routines out there. This one woman brought a little dog, a little Yorkie to the show. He's great just in an open conversation, not a scripted routine, but he interacts live with the audience, and he's just throwing out some of these little zingers and stuff at these people.
His crowd work is freaking insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely a great talent, great mind. Ron White's good too, but Matt's probably the best I've ever seen at the interaction with the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd work
Right.
is like you have to be so on top of it, and you have to just have that witty, quick wit come back at anything, and he'll take a minute and laugh, and then not a minute, but like a few seconds and laugh, and then it's just flows.
Yeah.
Matt Rife is funny and hot. Yes, he is. He actually looks like my son looks a lot like him, which is weird.
Melissa, if you ever get a chance, take your pup and go see Matt Rife. Right.
Rife.
You would have a great time.
I mean, he will take you down. He got a lot of crap about, what was it? Somebody got upset about, or people got upset about one of his jokes. And Clay, you about died laughing when you saw his response on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't remember it exactly. I remember he
put a link to a helmet.
And this girl shouted out, "Virgo men suck." Apparently he's a Virgo or something. And so that obviously gets his attention, and he's talking to her, and he kind of zings her a few times, or has this discussion with her. And then he asks her name, and she goes, "Amelia." And say, "I wish you would disappear like Earhart."
Earhart, yeah.
And it's just, the timing and everything. And he's just sitting there with this big goofy grin, and is like, yeah. I don't think I would have thought of that quick, but yeah, it's just a natural flowing response from him, like he had it all planned.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like
good.
you would think he had plants in the audience, but it's crazy.
He does it every show, and he'll do, maybe 2 shows a night, entirely different crowd, entirely different, conversation. And he just does it off the cuff. Like you watch some comedians, they have the same show every night for that season. You look up Rife's videos where he does shows, running shows and different nights. Everything's different. So you could go see him 10 times a year, and you'd see all new stuff most of the part every night.
He did that on purpose. He decided he would only, except for certain comedy shows, which were specific to be put on the air, like his hour special for YouTube. He's done a couple of those, and I think he did one on Netflix. But he does that on purpose. He only does, like on his social media, he only does his crowd work because it's different every time.
Yeah. and his crowd work is stellar. I got to give the dude his props. Now, Brentwood is sitting here talking about he's funny and hot. Okay.
She didn't say that Ron White was hot.
No, she didn't.
And she said you look like
And-
Ron White. So I'm just saying.
She did. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I read your mind there.
Matt is funny, but he's not hot.
No?
Doesn't do a damn thing for me.
He was already thinking it. I was just going to go ahead and throw it out there.
I mean, it's coming out.
But yeah,
But no,
Matt's hot.
Yeah, I'm not going
But I
to.
told you, but I have a hard time because he looks like my son, and I'm like, you can't do that. That's just I can't. I actually put a post up on Twitter, and people were like, "Oh my God, he does look like your son," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" So I can't think about Matt in that way. What is going on here? Hang on, give me a sec. Oh,
You
where's
okay there?
this? Okay.
You
Yeah,
never know what Ellen is trying to do.
do you have a picture of my boo, my Carson?
Brentwood, you're going to make me nauseous.
But he does, though. I mean, I can't say that he doesn't. Let me. Whoop.
I worry about you. I worry about the future of this country.
Okay, so I just. That is not right. No, I just wanted my kiddo. Why is it showing me all this? Hang on, I'm getting there.
You know,
I'm
we
gonna
ought
send-
to have Reef on the show. We're giving him enough publicity
You
and
think?
airtime. He owes us an appearance. Who has his number?
I don't, obviously.
That
I'm
would
trying to
be,
find. I'm gonna send Clay a couple pictures of my kiddo.
that would be kind of epic. I could, clearly with his live presence, I could clearly demonstrate he does not look like he's AI generated.
You can clearly
Which-
demonstrate that.
Yes, if he was here in person. he may take some difference of opinion with that, but
Probably.
nonetheless.
Right, I'm
and-
trying to
and-
find.
and him being hot. He is definitely not hot. He's probably short. What, 5'5"?
He's about 6 feet, I think.
He probably
He's not
wears
6'3" like
he
you.
probably wears a big corset to keep his gut tucked in.
Right. That was cute.
So,
Oh, good
Matt-
Lord. Hang on. I
Matt,
gotta
if you're
find
not
them.
afraid of being exposed, you need to come on this show.
I think the two of you would have a funny discussion, though. I will give you that.
I'd be glad. I'd be glad to give him a few pointers on humor and attracting
okay?
large audiences.
Y'all, is he okay? He would. He has a hilarious sense of humor.
He does. I'll give the dude that. He's not hot, but he has a good sense of humor.
I can't remember which picture I used.
He needs it
Hang on.
because if you're ugly, it helps to be funny.
Well, that's the thing is that most people think that funny people are mostly ugly. Melissa doesn't know who Matt Rife is either.
Are you serious?
I'm trying to find you a picture of my son too, because I put this on here. I don't remember when it was. I can't remember which picture I used.
I was sitting here thinking, would Matt be as perceived to be as cute if he wasn't as funny.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
so? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think that the fact that he's funny makes him a little odd just in the world itself. I'm getting
Because
close. Hang
most
on.
good-looking guys don't have that kind of humor, good sense of humor.
Exactly. Okay, he does ghost hunting. That, oh, I watched those too. Sorry.
Okay, we now know who stalks Matt Reef.
Right. You just gotta say his name right. Come on.
Reef. I'm giving the Scottish pronunciation.
Bullshit. That's your jealous pronunciation. I mean, Melissa, you're killing me. Seriously, killing me. I can't find which picture I sent. Hang
All
on,
right,
I'm getting
Melissa,
there.
what comedians do you like?
Yes, what sort of humor is your humor?
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking like some people really like I
True.
was going to say, but
Now, Melissa, I
said it.
did just say he looks like my son, so just saying.
He looks like every other gay guy here in West Hollywood.
He wasn't always hot. Yeah, he was not. He had the frocked up teeth and all that good stuff. I mean, he had crazy teeth. Big gappy, crazy teeth. I will find what I'm looking for.
Eddie Izzard.
Who is that?
Yeah. Melissa, we're all now. It's our turn. Never
Who
heard
the hell
of
is
him.
that?
Eddie Izzard. Okay, I'll have to Google and watch some Eddie Izzard just so I can. I was about to say, right before we got shifted over on this, it's like British humor. Some people really enjoy British humor. I don't find it usually that funny. And
You don't?
that's it. Melissa
Militia.
loves British humor. So that explains it. You may not.
Cake or death.
Yeah, you may not find Ron White that funny or Matt.
True.
You may not find him funny if you are a fan of British humor. It's just different strokes for different folks, different styles. And we still love you, Melissa, even if you don't have much of a sense of humor.
I could normally find pictures of my son. The problem is that Apple has decided to put all of my pictures in my son's. You pick like a person and like pick them all the pictures, and it showed me a lot of pictures of me. And I'm like, that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, and she literally will spend hours trying to find a picture of her son.
I love my boo.
We have done this before.
Oh, stop it. I'm gonna find one.
Oh, you will.
When he's older. Hang on. I'll do it like this then.
Give me all the British comics. You can have them. All yours. Cake or death?
Yes. Let them eat cake. Cake or death.
Okay. And there's Cheerful. Good evening, Cheerful. Of course, you will want to find a pic your son will like.
Huh? No, I'm just trying to find one that I can't remember which one I put on freaking Twitter.
Cheerful, you missed the earlier part of the conversation. We were talking about a comedian, Matt Reef, who looks
Right. He's killing me. He's killing me.
Who Ellen thinks looks like her son. So she's trying to find this picture which most closely resembles Matt.
But I can't find it because it's not a thing anymore.
And Matt, when you learn how to pronounce your name and are ready to prove to the world that you're not AI or a good looking dude, you just give me a call. We'll be glad to have you on the show.
I'm gonna have to go with the closest ones here. Um, select that one. That one.
It's an
I'm
Eddie
trying.
Izzard routine, as I assume I'm covered in bees is as well.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Brentwood, do you know who this guy is? I'm kind of thinking yes. There's not a comedian Brentwood doesn't know, which is not a bad sign.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like who was it? The guy that did all the funny movies.
Mel Brooks.
Yes.
Show me the money!
All right, these are not the ones, but I can't find the one I was looking for that I put on Twitter.
Monty Python. Yeah, that's
Monty Python,
pure
yeah.
pure British humor. And I'm more like Animal House kind of humor. I'm more like Ron White kind of humor. And Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles.
That was
a
hilarious.
classic. Yeah. You know, you just think of all these things that we used to laugh at and entertain us. You couldn't film those today. You couldn't release those today. Would never be done.
Nope.
Too improper, too rude, whatever.
Okay, I sent you the email. I still, you know which picture I'm talking about, Clay, I think, but I can't find it on the tubes. Not the tubes, the Twitter.
Which email did you send it to? Work? I got it.
Yep. He's working on it. He's getting there.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
takes
as
a minute.
recent. It's not as recent, but and it's not the one that I wanted, but these are my little dude.
Yeah, because
He's not little anymore.
the
He's
email.
20.
Gotta wait for the email to arrive. Gotta save it, and then I gotta open it. Are y'all ready for this? This is Carson.
That's my kiddo. My youngest.
Now, I wish
There are
she had
more.
picked a picture of him smiling.
Are there not more? Okay, I sent one to my daughter. Hang on.
Because
Just remembering all these things.
yeah, that would look more like Matt than this one. But you can kind of tell the hair's not grotesquely different.
Here it is, I think. Wait. There are more pictures. I sent you like 8 of them.
Well, that's the only one I got so far.
I sent you all in one email.
Ellen, that's the only
Yep.
one I've gotten so far. You sure you didn't send the rest to your daughter too?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see anything.
Moffat.
Sorry. I can't control the emails,
Interwebs.
the interwebs.
Okay. All sent. What happened? I don't even have that one on here.
You're back.
Why is everything complicated?
Because we are professionals.
We are not all that professional. We try that. Yeah, somebody does have mail. I heard that it was not me.
Oh, I opened up my other mail client. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 email accounts that I use routinely.
Well, I
And
just sent all the pictures in one email.
Well, that's probably why it's taking so long to get through.
So how did you get the first one?
It's having to scan them all and look for infection.
Yeah, they're all
Because
infected.
Because
They've
it
all
doesn't
got
take long
gonorrhea.
to scan one picture.
They've all got gonorrhea.
Yeah. But that's probably the delay. You sent a big ass file. Also, if it's more than 20 megs, it won't deliver. So I don't know how big the pictures are you sent, but if it's a
They're
really
not that big. I think it was
file.
3 megs for all of them.
Okay. Anything over 20 megs won't deliver.
You're
Just
killing me,
welcome
Smalls.
to Microsoft Exchange.
Microsoft sucks.
They do in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Brentwood, throwing down the vibe, WAP. And that stands for, just in case some of y'all are new, that stands for We Are Professionals. Because we have a legacy of less than stellar technical performance at times. We somehow managed to have raging conflicts with technology, particularly StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard has been modestly difficult to work with at times. But you know what? We have solved the swoosh.
Show me the money!
I sent you a couple more.
Well, good. There's just something more I can sit here and wait on for, because
Of course.
it's not showing up. Can you just send them like one at a time so we can get this
I just
moving
sent
on?
2 that time. But you can thank Melissa.
Okay, not
Yes.
going to use that one. That
Which
one's
one?
not any good. This one's not really good, but
What are you talking about?
the pictures you send.
Which one?
The one on the Jeep.
Oh, he's cute though.
Well, he's not smiling. We were trying to find one that looked
I
like.
can't find when he
when he
doesn't
was
do the
with
smile
Reeve.
thing.
I'll go ahead and load this one up here.
Go for the face.
I am. Takes a second. There you go. Which it's kind of a grainy pic. So
It is grainy. That's
Yeah,
not a great pick.
nope. But that's Carson. Still can't get the smile going, but he does kind of favor Matt a little bit, particularly when he smiles a little bit more. Matt's
When he
still not.
smiles, he definitely does.
Yeah, Matt's still not a pretty man. Just saying.
You still haven't got the other ones I sent?
No,
I mean, I was just trying to send you something.
that's all right. We're done with that.
Oh, come on.
We're done with that. Come back to life. Get your nose out of your phone. Get to work. Work.
We do have the same eyes. Thank you. That's why I'm confused right now, because for the first time ever, my phone is confusing. Yeah. Y'all have no idea about the hair. Confusing me with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice
Dude
hair.
worries about his hair a lot.
Dude, you have no idea how much the hair is a thing. When he was 11 and we were living on the beach, and he said it was December, he was like, Mom, my hair's getting kind of dark. I was like, yep. And I was a hairstylist. Of course, he's like, you put some highlights in there. I was like, Be glad to. We can do that. Not a problem. So I did some really fine highlights like he'd been in the sun. And he was thrilled. That was like the best thing ever. And they lasted him till summer came again and his hair got light again. But yeah, his hair, like, can you even explain
I
the thing with the
cannot
hair?
I cannot do it justice. Let's just say it is of prime importance.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Let's just say that the hair gets a lot of attention.
Yes. And he made me teach him how to blow dry it just so he could get the right angles on it and put the right product in there. I mean, hair is cute. And if his hair was not
Yeah.
cool, he did not leave the house. That was just not. We were like, what is taking Carson so long? Like, my daughter's ready to go. Where's my son? Doing his hair.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
He is. He's a interesting dude.
Yeah. Now,
Yes.
well, I was just thinking about Matt. They both do their hair fairly similarly, actually.
Same jawline, same nose,
Same hair.
same hair, same square face. But there are better pictures that they look almost exactly alike.
Yeah. Well, if we can find a good picture, maybe we'll throw it up Saturday or something.
He's appeasing me. Thank you.
Also want to remind everybody about book club coming up on the 12th of March. The Great Gatsby is the hot selection.
I think
No,
Clay
we've got
Clay
all
has
the
shut that off. Clay has decided
Yeah.
they're not going to happen anymore.
One, I've only gotten 3 pictures. Ellen claims to have sent about 10 so far. They're
I
not coming
did.
through.
Okay.
And she keeps her nose buried in her phone and ignoring everybody, even though
I'm
that
not trying to ignore anybody.
that hat bill is a nice, nice view, nice profile.
Do you know why I have this on? Any
Because you
idea?
haven't showered in a week.
No, I showered this morning.
I'm kidding.
Asshole.
Asshole.
You're so mean. Because,
Ellen, put down your phone and talk to us.
well, it seemed like Cheerful wanted some pictures. Because I was
Well,
running around like
instead
a
of-
lunatic and making dinner and cleaning up and doing the things, and I'm still in menopause, so I got sweaty, and I was like, I don't have time to redo my hair, so I just threw a hat on.
Still looks cute.
I thought you were giving me shit about it.
I give you
give me shit about
when you're
everything.
cute. Yeah, I give you shit when you're cute. I don't kick you when you're down.
You give me shit when I breathe.
Only when you're snoring. What I call snoring.
Oh, we're not gonna go there, Moffat. Y'all, I was
I'm
trying
reading
to
it now.
sleep.
Noted.
I was sleeping this past Saturday night after the stream, and first of all, there were people right down the alleyway. We live in a Charleston style neighborhood, so there are these weird alleyways. They were partying, and all the noise was coming into my room, and I was just like, shit. So I get up and I go downstairs, sit on the porch for a couple hours, and I was like, okay, finally they were quiet. So I go upstairs to go to bed, and there is a lumberjack in Clay's room. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, I just wanted to sleep. I just want to go to bed, and I can't. The hat is a practical move, yes. Y'all don't want to see what's under this hat. But yeah, I don't even want to hear about snoring from you, Clay. Not even a little bit. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
It's all right. I'm just sitting back listening.
Mm-hmm.
I know when to not get a word edgewise in.
You're in a cave right now. It's not very light in your space.
No, when I
You're too far
restarted
away.
when I restarted, this light went out, and I'm like, screw it. I'm just not going to keep fiddling with everything for the whole show.
It's
So,
hard to see you. Did you get the pics yet? They still
Got a
aren't
few
the
others.
ones, but they are pics.
Here's one. He looks like he's about to cry. Not going to show that one.
Cry.
Here's a nice one of his AirPod. Okay, not going to show that one. Yeah, y'all, I promise I'll work with Ellen on taking and putting forth some good pics.
It's all I
Ellen put
got at
Clay
my
in
disposal.
timeout.
I did put him in timeout.
Paybacks are hell, right, Brentwood?
Hey, you
So-
put me in timeout all the time. Or
But
you shut me up.
deservedly so, you have to admit.
Well, you accused me of being the snorer. And I'm like, there was a lumberjack, someone sawing logs literally in the house on Saturday before I left to come here.
Ellen
Literally.
also goes to sleep really quick, and she has a very vivid dream life. So
I gave myself a black eye once. That was fun.
sometimes, yeah, the dogs. She has literally kicked
Mm.
Tallulah airborne out of the bed, just like a field goal.
Not intentionally.
No, not intentionally. She'll be dreaming and kick, and there goes Tallulah. So
Gave
you don't see
myself
the dogs.
a black eye. I
You
mean,
don't see
they're,
the
you know,
dogs sleeping down by her feet too much anymore.
now they get right up next to me if I put their head on my pillow.
Yeah. There's kind of a safe zone there. So, but it's funny.
But when you're too loud, they both are like hiding under my covers.
Never happens.
Okay.
Actually, I have a little thing on my phone that measures it, and I've about cut the volume in half as I've lost
Not-
weight.
Not the other night. Nope. 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 Nope.
I think you're just dreaming.
I even went into his room and was like, putting my hand on him, going, okay, just shh.
So anyway, y'all have any questions? We pretty much hogged the night.
We had a lot. We had some issues.
Yeah.
And do y'all, I mean, if we're getting more viewers from the shorts, that's great. If the people who are viewing the shorts want to see a little more political economic views or less, or we're trying to figure out the formula for what we need to do. He was drowning out the party next door. Oh, good Lord.
It's a community service I offer, Brentwood.
Yeah, he just got started after the party next door stopped.
The idea is, though, that particularly if you're new or just watching this, Tuesday nights are really, the idea originally was to give you the viewer a night to ask questions, to raise topics, to talk about things you wanted to talk about.
And to give us an idea of what you want to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of gotten involved into this extended rambling session on most, any general topic.
Pretty much.
It's just a place where, it's an online version of Cheers.
Everybody
where
knows your name.
everybody knows your name and it's kind of, friends hanging out. Saturday night is a little bit more formal. We'll try to have a particular topic that is covered for most of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe give some market updates, talk about some of the main numbers releases and, their impact. What do the markets look like? So, and Carson wasn't even here to derail us. He's supposed to be getting us a better pick of the derailleur. I don't know if you saw the other night or caught it yet, but he actually had a train derailleur. And of course, Ellen, her nickname is E-Train, train.
Carson just derailed the stream. Thank you, Brentwood. Made that happen.
Yeah. But yeah, Carson's a good dude. We enjoy him.
Yeah, he was going to send a new picture so we could get the full thing, the full
Yeah.
idea of those
Did-
derailleurs.
Did not know what it was, and it looks like literally about a 15-inch triangle by 2 inches. It is not, I think of a train derailleur. I'm
I mean,
thinking of a log in the middle of the tracks.
It's about like that, but it's just enough to fit in between the track on the junction so that the train does not go that way.
Yeah, it doesn't allow the track shifter
Mm-hmm.
to completely close and will derail the train. If a runaway train needs stopping, I guess, would be the idea.
Or
Is
if you've got something coming the other direction and you need to.
Yeah. If it's entering the train station, coming the other direction or whatever. Now,
Mhm.
what do you do if you don't have one of those switching stations? I don't know. But
You say, oh shit,
yeah,
we're screwed.
you use the old paratroopers emergency maneuver when your chute doesn't open. You take your head, stick it between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye. So now y'all been informed on some of the higher skills in parachuting.
Yes.
So
And train derailment.
yeah, did we mention that we get on some random topics here at night? But
Especially when it's late and I'm in the mountains and he's on the coast and the air's different here and there.
yeah, and I've been up since 5.
Yeah.
And had 3 classes and 2 meetings. So I literally have been, except for about 30 minutes when I ate a can of soup and 30 minutes when I got home, I've been just in rabid conversations all day long. And so my voice is about voiced out.
Hey, our being tired and just randomly speaking is what makes it fun. Extra
Well,
fun.
Melissa, you're sweet. You really
you
are.
are sweet. And we love you. We love all you guys. Ah,
We do.
itchy
And
nose.
that's a cool thing about the channel, about this format venue. I don't know exactly what to call it, but y'all are like our little family. And we're learning your personalities, your temperaments, things going on with your pets, life in general. And we really look forward to spending the time with you. And we're grateful for the time that you spend with us. So
Yeah, we
very much
actually
appreciate it.
sometimes Clay be like, what are we going to talk about? I was like, we'll figure it out. The community and I will figure it out. Oh, hang on. Exactly. There you go. No numbers. Not at
No.
all.
Not at all.
And we are so random. It's just sometimes we're not, sometimes we are, sometimes it's just whatever. Sometimes y'all got to ask a few more questions so we have some idea of what to talk about.
But it's just not a deal anymore. It's just
No.
like we're gathered around the proverbial fireplace, fireside chat. Nice summer evening. You've got the little fire pit going, throw in a few marshmallows or whatever, and we just
Yeah.
kind of sit and talk.
I got to get you to be a little more animated and a little more class-like. I mean, this guy throws crap at people in class and he's like, he cracks me up, but we're working on it. We're working on getting him more comfortable talking to a camera.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm here in a room by myself talking to this, stupid box, but I've also got to sit down. I can't get up and move. I can't see your expressions. I can't see your nose tweak. I can't see you try to go to sleep in my class or, arrive late or, whatever. I'll have students, get up and go like, I need to go to the restroom. And I look at them and go, no, hold it. And I just sit there and stare at them. And the panic that ensues on their face is priceless.
He gets lots of joy out of that.
I do. They're sitting there standing in the middle of class. Now, every eye in class is turned looking at them. And everybody knows that they need to go to the bathroom. And I just told them no. And so they freeze. I mean, literally freeze.
They actually do what you say.
Oh, hell yeah.
I would have gotten up, gone to the bathroom, and been like, do first, ask forgiveness later.
No, I just fail you. I just tell you, no need for you to come back to class. You've already made your grade.
There you go. Perfect. He just needs to see who he's talking to.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need
Collage.
y'all's pictures.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting here wondering how many would send me a moon.
You just wish.
I had a friend who peed in her pants in the 6th grade because she was afraid to get up and go to the bathroom. Bless her heart.
Oh, and that's the worst social time. And the worst, I mean, that is just poor baby. That's awful.
Yeah, my sister in the 3rd grade was, what's the story? She was standing up, writing on the chalkboard, had to pee, and just peed there standing up.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Why?
She was nervous, scared to ask, whatever. Couldn't hold it anymore. I don't know all the details. Obviously, it's not something that I ask a lot. Next time I see her, I'll ask her, hey, tell me about the time you
Please do.
peed in the 3rd grade.
Because that's terrible. I mean, 3rd, that's like 8. 6, you're 11, 12-ish.
No.
I mean, I can't even imagine. What?
Your 1st grade, you're 6. So 3rd grade, you're 8 or 9.
Okay. I said 8.
You said 10 or 11.
No, I said, and then 6th grade.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
You're 11 or 12.
Okay.
So, and that is like when people are hitting puberty and things are going on and you don't want to be embarrassed because there's a lot of social intricacies going on there at that age. At 11, 12.
But y'all, it's getting to be about that time. And instead of Ellen being the one that's tired, I'm the one that's tired.
Oh, Ellen's still tired.
Have enjoyed, I want to say seeing y'all tonight, the proverbial see y'all, but have enjoyed being with you tonight.
Send those pictures. I'll print them.
And as always, if you've got some questions or comments, DM me on Twitter, Moffett on Money, or email moffatonmoney@gmail.com. Also, if you will, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y things, kind of help drive the traffic to the channel.
The Rumbly thingies or the Twitter thingies. The X thingies, excuse me. We're doing Twitter. All 3.
Follow on Twitter if you haven't. But y'all, we wish y'all a great night, a great rest of the week. And we love you.
We're going to get lots of pics.
And of green bean. So I'll have 50 pics of green bean around my screen.
And Skywalker. And Cheerful.
And Skywalker.
Thank you. And Brentwood. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get the sheets here shortly.
Thank you all. Good night. Blessings to you.
We love you.
Our time is up. We thank you for yours.